Hey ladies, happy Monday. I wanted to hop on here really quickly and answer the questions that some of you had last week. I think it was on Friday that I posted if you have any questions that I can answer. So I want to take a second today and just talk about those. And then hopefully going forward, you guys, if you have any questions and want to ask them, I'll make sure that me or Becky one hops on here and makes a quick video. So first, I just want to thank you guys for all your activity in this group. Keep pushing forward. We're in our last week of this group, believe it or not. And so I want to encourage you that if you haven't given it your all, it's not over yet. You've still got this week, and I want you to get everything that you can out of this group. So the first question I had was about BCAAs or BCAAs. So BCAAs are branched chain amino acids, and basically, there's a lot of hype around these amino acids. People will make it sound like that they are practically steroids. You're going to get super strong on them. You're going to get super lean. You're going to get super skinny. But I want to kind of debunk branched chain amino acids and talk about really what the best way of using them is. And so as you guys can see here, I've got one of my handy little books. It's called Thinner, Leaner, Stronger, and he has a chapter where he talks about supplements and really like the truth of the matter about supplements and what really is great for you and what really isn't. Now, I will say when it comes to BCAAs that a lot of people have different opinions about what they look like and what's good and why you should take them and if you should take them. Personally, for me, I think that they are important if you are going to work out in a fasted state. So basically, they are amino acids. You can find these type of amino acids in different meats, poultry, different fishes. So amino acids are really great because they are actually the building block of muscle or protein, excuse me. And so they are super important for building muscle and supporting muscle. But obviously, with anything, you are a lot better off getting it from real whole foods than you are supplements. Now, there's one case when I do recommend having a BCAA, and that is when you are working out in a fasted state. And the reason being is that your body doesn't have anything in it. And so it's naturally going to start breaking down muscle. So say that for me personally, I do this. I do fasted cardio in the mornings typically. So about 4 days a week, I'll go down to the gym, run sprints for about 25 minutes. Now, I don't like having anything on my stomach because I just hate the feeling of running with something on my stomach. I hate working out with something on my stomach. So I take my BCAAs right before I go work out, about 15 minutes before. And basically what this does is it protects my muscles and it helps me not burn muscle instead of body fat. Does that make sense? And so that's when I think that amino acids really are important. And you don't want to work out on an empty stomach, especially if you're not getting your BCAAs, because you will start burning muscle, and that's kind of pointless in the long run. So you can prevent that by taking your BCAAs. And so how to take BCAAs, and I'm just going to read this from this book, but all you have to do is take 10 grams of BCAAs or 3 grams to 5 grams of leucine, which is basically a form of amino acids, 10 to 15 minutes before fasted training. So like I said, I usually do it about 10 to 15 minutes before. And this suppresses muscle breakdown during your workout with a minimal impact on insulin levels, thus keeping you in a fasted state. So it doesn't affect your body enough to where you're not in a fasted state, but it gives it what it needs in order to not burn muscle tone. So hopefully that answers your question about BCAAs. I don't think that you need to be taking them necessarily. Just focus, unless you're doing fasted cardio, but otherwise just focus on getting good whole foods with lots of amino acids in them, like fish and poultry and things like that. Honestly, if you're going to focus on anything and you're going to stress about anything, you need to be stressing about the amount of protein that you are giving your body. And if you want to lose weight, you need to be getting enough protein. Now, athletes are recommended to have about 1 gram of protein for every pound of body fat. you can give and take that a little bit, because obviously we're not working out as much as an athlete might be. But I know that for me, I usually shoot to hit a gram per body fat, a pound per body fat, just because I know that I'm probably not going to hit it. And so if I'm really trying to hit it, then I'll get closer to hitting it than if I'm really not trying to. So I know that's a little confusing, but that's just how my brain works. So you know yourself and what works. So the next question was, what do I feed my family? So me and Brian, it's just me and him. So obviously, it's a little bit easier because we don't have little kids who are picky eaters. But I know that for us, we personally eat a lot of fish. We have salmon at least one night a week. I'll usually make roasted Brussels sprouts with that, which is basically just coconut oil and balsamic roasted over the oven or over the stove. We'll usually do sweet potato wedges where we just cut up the sweet potatoes and bake them. Sometimes we do like a chicken lasagna, and I'll do it with chicken and rice lasagna noodles. So brown rice lasagna noodles. Not that I have anything against regular noodles, but that's just like what we'll do sometimes. Sometimes I make him dinner and then I have something else that's a little bit healthier. It's not necessarily ideal, but sometimes you have to sacrifice if you really want to eat healthy. Let's see here, what else? I mean, even simple things like baked chicken with mushroom, cream and mushroom on top of it, baked in the oven with vegetables and a salad. Or we'll do grilled chicken sandwiches, or we'll do let's see what else. I love all the stuff from the 21 Day Fix recipe book. So there's some great recipes in there. There's like a tortilla soup that has like the pulled chicken in it. There's just a lot of really great recipes in there. And so honestly, I just really love to mix it up. Most of the time during the week, we will go out to eat like one night, not during the week, but on the weekend. So we'll kind of mix up where we go for that. But I typically do still try to eat healthy when we go out to eat as well. And as far as cookbooks go for clean eating, I am, like I said, a huge fan of the 21 Day Fix cookbook. It's called the Fix Cookbook. Really, really good recipes. I also really love the Daniel Plan cookbook. It's amazing. It's got such good stuff in it. Another website that I'm obsessed with is the Dashing Dish website, and the reason I love it is because it has a lot of the same ingredients in every recipe, so you're not having to go out and buy 15 million things just to make this one little dish, and usually you'll have it in your pantry already, which is amazing. That's my favorite part. So I do try to experiment with making different recipes off there throughout the week. I love to cook, and so I just try to make it really fun and make it more of an experience and not something that's just frustrating. Another thing that is always a good go-to is breakfast food. So eggs have tons of protein in them, turkey bacon, so sometimes we'll do things like that as well. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I hope that you have an amazing Thanksgiving with your families. Remember to choose the foods that you love, not the ones that you like, and get to moving and grooving and get off the couch from that food coma afterwards and making an amazing day. Thank you guys.